Angry guy here, and women are struggling as men are refusing to date and become passport bros instead. Women are struggling as men are refusing to date and become passport bros instead. This is a trend that is continuing to go on. A lot of women, you know, they believe that they have a lot of time. They have an endless amount of time to find someone to have a relationship with. So they go through the 304 phase. They have, they have relationships with a lot of guys, and then after they go through this phase, they're entering into their 30s now. They want to settle down, and they're finding it difficult to not only pair bond, but to get into a relationship with the guy that they want. And ultimately, it becomes it becomes very frustrating for them, and they struggle with it. And then on top of that, you have the pastor bros that are leaving and walking away from Western society, and they find a lot of difficulty in that. Let's go ahead and jump into the video.
I'm so tired of crying. I'm so tired of being sad. And I'm so tired of my content being this. Fuck, it's I want to be positive. And that's the goal. And usually I am so positive. But just lately I've had more moments like this that I've had where I'm healing is great. Healing is good. It's fucking hard. Healing is fucking hard. Just praying for the day to come soon where I am no longer this sad fucking girl all the time. I just want to be happy. I have to take it one day at a time, and I'm trying to. And it's just I have a lot of pressure on my back. I have a lot of shit on my shoulders right now. And this being one of the biggest things that's just fucking holding me back. But I'm trying so hard to just see the good in all of the pain. This is happening for a reason. I know it is. But I have to let this go in order to let in anyone else. And the thought of having anybody else honestly scares the fuck out of me. This is such a horrible mindset, but who's gonna hurt me next is really where I'm at. And that's how I know I'm not healed. And that's how I know I need to keep working on myself, because why the fuck do I think like that? Anyways.
These chicks always go on and on about their healing journeys. The real question is, what are they doing to heal themselves, other than talk about their problems on TikTok for the whole world to see? None of this is going to heal them. All it does is remind them of their pain and causes them to relive it.
It's so funny, guys. These women who they turn down tons of guys. Like this girl, I guarantee you, she has a bunch of guys in her DMs right now. All right? But she doesn't want any of those guys. She wants NBA players. She wants actors. She wants rappers. Those are the kinds of guys that she's likely into. Those are the kinds of guys that a lot of women are into today. All right. She wants guys that have a sense of badness to them or a sense of danger to them. She doesn't want these. She doesn't want an actual normal guy. Okay. Not until she's older. And the thing is that they put so many women are putting these videos out on TikTok, and it's they learn nothing from them. They're complaining, and it's they go on and on and on and on and on, but then they're going to repeat the same problems and the same things that cause them to have this trauma. And then on top of that, they seem to believe that it's a man's job to deal with that trauma. So when they if they find a guy, they they're just dating a new guy, the guy needs to understand that they have a lot of trauma, and he needs to know how to deal with said trauma. That is so unfair. So you have all this past trauma from past relationships, and now guys who never did anything. They didn't hurt you, but they're going to have to deal with all that trauma that's on you now because of the relationships that you had, because of the choices that you made, and the fact that you're not able to take accountability for any of those decisions. And that's so unfair. So why are guys going to go and get into these relationships when they can go overseas and find women who don't have that baggage, who don't have the women overseas? They're fun, they're friendly, they're cute, they're young, and they cook, they clean, and they want to serve. All right, and they know in return you're going to take care of them. You're gonna give them a roof over their head. You're gonna pay for their. You're gonna help pay. You're gonna pay her phone bill. You're going to keep clothing on her back. You're going to feed her. You're going to take care of her. Okay. And she's grateful for this. But in America, nope. In the UK, nope. In Australia, nope. In Canada, nope. In Western countries, no. Women only want so-called good men when they're ready to retire. When I say retire, I'm not saying retire. It's basically retire temporarily from the from the streets. All right, when they're ready to retire temporarily from the streets, because they were born for the streets. All right, they are for the streets, and they will return to the streets. Once a good girl has gone bad, she will never be good again. Let's make that clear. You can never make a bad girl good, and once a good girl has gone bad, she will never be good again. She can pretend, but she will never be good again. It's the truth. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications to never miss another video again. And also like the video so you're telling YouTube you want to see more of my videos, and they'll show you more of my videos. How wonderful is that? But these women are struggling. They are struggling as men are refusing to date and become password bros instead, and they don't know how to respond to this.
Over and over again.
It's so useless!
Story time of how my ex-fiance ghosted me a couple weeks before our wedding. So long story short to this, my ex-fiance had gone back home for work. And as I'm here planning things out, making sure everything is in order for us to go and get married, we're on the phone every single day talking about how much we love each other. We're talking about how our life is going to be. We're talking about how we've overcome so much in this relationship, how we've made it to the other side. Now, me and my ex-fiance did not live together. And when him and I first started dating, he would always ask me, do you want me to come home to you every day? Like every time he would ask me that question, I would get chills and I would just be like, of course I want you to come home to me every day. And he would always have the biggest smile on his face. The day before he actually goes, we're on the phone and we're talking about how much we love each other once again and how we can't wait to be married. He's telling me how he can't wait to make me his wife. He asked me that question again. He did it more so like with longing in his eyes. I can't explain it. I look at him and I'm like, of course I can't wait to marry you. You know what I mean? Like, this is someone who I'm like, I am the luckiest girl. I have met someone that truly cherishes me. I have met someone that cares about me. He provides for me. He does what he says he's going to do. He's consistent. Sure, we've had some hiccups, what couples don't. After, I tell him how, of course, I'm excited. He has, again, the biggest smile on his face, and he looks at me. He's like, you're such an amazing woman, and I cannot wait for you to be my wife. I remember we get off the phone. He's like, okay, babe, I'm going to call you later. We'll talk. So the next day, I hadn't heard from him. Day goes by. I call him. I can't reach him, but I'm really not freaking out here. And then the next day comes, and then the day after that comes, and a week goes by. And please don't think I didn't do my due diligence in trying to reach him and call other people, because I definitely did. But after that, all of my frantic searching to no avail. And that's pretty much the story of how my ex-fiance ghosted me.
That guy ran a mile. He finally came to his senses about potentially giving away half of his assets and thought to himself, forget about this, and disappeared to never contact her ever again. He must have become red pill aware and got the heck out of there.
See, this is the date, guys. This is what a lot of women don't even realize. They're in a relationship with a guy, and then suddenly the guy just disappears on them. Because a lot of guys are wisening up now. You're seeing these things online where these girls put them on blast on the internet, and they're like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just get up out of here. No, this is exactly what's happening. A lot of these dudes are literally like, okay, you know what? All right, so I got like $20,000, $30,000 in the bank, and I'm gonna do my research, Okay, I hear Cebu is lit. Okay, I'm gonna buy this ticket. I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff. Okay, put what I don't need, put what I want to save in storage. Okay, just in case, and then get rid of the rest of it. That I don't need, and get rid of my place, and I could be out of here in a couple of days. Guys, men can move quick. Guys, men could move quick. If you are listening to me, and you know men, a man could move. A man could be gone like a ghost. A lot of dudes can be gone within 1 week. Within 1 week, a lot of times a couple of days. Within a couple of days, because think about it. You know, you bank with Bank of America, so you know where your money is. You know, a lot of guys are now doing crypto, and you know, and you work remotely, because a lot of guys are, you know, working remotely these days. So, or they do the gig economy, so they save their money, and you know, so they're like, okay, you know what? I'm here in Cebu is late, or I'm here in DR is good, and I'm looking at how much it costs to survive over there, and you know, with like $3,000, I could spend $3,000. I could live over there for 6 months comfortably on $3,000. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna make the move. I'm not even gonna tell her anything. I'm just gonna disappear. This is what it is. Go, yeah, you have the ghost. You have the ghost. I remember they used to call them the MGTOW ghost. You have the ghost. These dudes will really ghost. They'll just disappear. These are some real dudes. They'll just disappear. You won't even know what happened. They'll just vanish. They're gone with the night. And that's why women are struggling, as men are refusing to date and become password bros instead. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, and if you agree with what I said. You know? And if you agree, more and more men are gonna just do this. More and more men are just gonna vanish. Like for example, like you have a lot of these beta male orbiters, and women, like they don't want to lose their beta males, but you know what's happening? They're not even gonna break up their friendships. They're not even gonna say like, oh, I don't want to be friends anymore or anything. These women, when they need something, they're gonna try to call these guys, or they're gonna text them. And these guys are not gonna respond. So they're gonna say, oh, no big deal. And then they're gonna text them again, like, you know, a day or two later, no big deal. So then they're gonna say, okay, he's not responding. So then they're gonna start texting them more and more frantically, and then they're gonna try to ask others, like, hey, do you know what happened to this guy? Blah 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 blah. And they're gonna start wondering if something is wrong. And lo and behold, they're gonna eventually get the message. Everything is fine. You know, when they go on their social media and they discover that this person just took off. But sometimes they won't even get that. They won't even find that, because a lot of these dudes will delete their social media entirely. That's right. A lot of these men will delete their social media and go complete ghost off. Like literally, you can't call them. You try to call their phone, you hear doot doot doot. Sorry, this number has been disconnected. Blah blah blah. What? This number has been disconnected. You go and you look for their Facebook. Their Facebook is no longer online. All right. You go to their Instagram. Instagram isn't online. Twitter is gone. I'm so serious. You try messaging them on WhatsApp, and then their icon picture is gone, so you can't see their picture anymore. Okay, yeah, they blocked you. They blocked you, and you have no way of reaching out to them. No way of reaching out to them. That's the future. That's the future. That's what's really going to happen. A lot of women are going to find their friends just gone. A lot of their male friends, they're going to try to reach out to them, and that's it. They're not going to be able to reach them. These men they're just going to disappear. Let me know if you agree with that, guys. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.